Have you ever wondered about the secrets of old age that parents should keep to themselves? As we age, some certain reflections and regrets can unintentionally harm our family dynamics. In today's video, we're diving into 4 key aspects of aging that, while deeply personal, can impact how we relate to our children and loved ones. Understanding these secrets will not only help you navigate your own experiences with grace, but also guide you in maintaining harmony and respect within your rate. Stick with us until the end to discover why keeping these insights to yourself can strengthen your relationships and foster a more positive family environment. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. Here are 4 key secrets that older adults should consider keeping to themselves to maintain peace, harmony, and love within their families. Number 1. Resentment toward your parents or ancestors. As we journey through life, it's natural to look back and ponder the course of our past and wonder how different choices might have led to alternate outcomes. This introspection can often spark reflections on the decisions our parents made and the environment in which we were raised. It's common for people to voice dissatisfaction or frustration about how their parents missed out on opportunities that could have potentially changed the family's fortunes. For example, one might lament, "If my father had pursued a career in politics, we might have had more influence today," or "If my mother had been more ambitious, we could have been wealthier and better off." These kinds of thoughts and comments, though they can arise from a place of genuine frustration or reflective pondering, can be quite perilous, especially when shared openly with younger generations. Expressing resentment or dissatisfaction about your parents or ancestors can inadvertently teach your children a detrimental lesson, that their challenges and difficulties are attributable to the shortcomings or decisions of others rather than their own choices and actions. When you articulate grievances about your parents or ancestors' decisions, you set a precedent that may lead your children to seek someone to blame for their hardships. This tendency to blame others for personal shortcomings can result in a cycle of negativity and discontent. If children hear repeated complaints about their grandparents or great-grandparents, they may begin to question and critique the choices you made for them. They might develop thoughts like, "Why didn't my parents do more to ensure my success?" or "Why didn't they work harder to provide me with better opportunities?" Such inquiries can foster feelings of resentment and bitterness, overshadowing the gratitude they might otherwise feel for the sacrifices you've made on their behalf. Over time, this dynamic can poison familial relationships, cultivating a toxic environment where blame and dissatisfaction become entrenched. Rather than focusing on what your parents or ancestors failed to do, it is more constructive to acknowledge and appreciate the positive contributions they made. Even if these efforts seem modest or insufficient in hindsight, every generation faces its own unique set of challenges and constraints, and people often do their best with the resources and opportunities available to them. By recognizing and expressing gratitude for the efforts and sacrifices of those who came before you, you not only honor their legacy but also set a positive example for your children. Gratitude fosters a sense of connection and appreciation that can significantly strengthen family bonds and create a more harmonious and supportive family environment. It is essential to remember that each individual is shaped by their unique circumstances. While it may be tempting to view past decisions with the clarity of hindsight, life is inherently unpredictable and full of unforeseen challenges and opportunities. Your parents or ancestors may have encountered obstacles and struggles that are not immediately apparent to you. By acknowledging the difficulties they faced and the sacrifices they made, you can cultivate a deeper sense of empathy and understanding. This empathetic perspective can help guide your children toward a more positive and resilient outlook on life, encouraging them to take responsibility for their actions and decisions rather than placing undue blame on others. In doing so, you contribute to a more constructive and appreciative family dynamic that values the efforts of all generations and fosters a sense of shared growth and respect. Number 2. Criticism of your spouse. Marriage is a complex, lifelong journey filled with highs and lows. By the time we reach our later years, many of us have spent decades with our spouses, navigating through various challenges, celebrating numerous victories, and building a life together. As the years go by, it is not uncommon for frustrations or disappointments that have accumulated over time to surface, especially during moments of anger or frustration. In such instances, we might be tempted to vocalize these feelings to our children, perhaps saying things like, "If I hadn't married your father, I would have had a better life," or "Living with your mother was the worst decision I ever made." While these statements may seem justified in the heat of the moment, they can have profound and lasting effects on your family dynamic. When you criticize your spouse in front of your children, you place them in an incredibly uncomfortable and emotionally taxing position. Children inherently love both of their parents and are reluctant to be placed in a situation where they feel compelled to choose sides. Even if there is no direct conflict between the parents, hearing one parent speak disparagingly about the other can lead to feelings of guilt, confusion, and sadness. Children might grapple with conflicting emotions and thoughts, such as questioning the decisions their parents made or wondering why one parent chose to remain in a relationship that seemed to cause them so much distress. For instance, if a mother says, "I wasted my life being married to your father," children might start to question why she didn't leave, or why she stayed in a relationship that brought her such unhappiness. These thoughts can lead to a sense of disappointment or even a loss of respect for both parents. Children might think, "If my mother was so unhappy, why didn't she do something about it? Or why did she endure years of misery without taking action?" Such questions can erode their perception of their parents and distort their view of their family as a whole. This can result in negative feelings towards both parents and create a sense of disillusionment. Furthermore, openly criticizing your spouse can weaken the bonds between you and your children. They may begin to perceive you as bitter or resentful, which can create emotional distance and strain the parent-child relationship. Children often look to their parents as role models for how to navigate life's challenges. When they observe their parents dwelling on past grievances or holding grudges, it can negatively impact their outlook on relationships and conflict resolution. Instead of focusing on the negative aspects of your marriage, it is more constructive to highlight the positive moments and the strengths of your relationship. Even in challenging marriages, there are often moments of love, support, and shared joy that should be acknowledged. For example, you might say, "Your father and I had our struggles, but he was always there for you and your siblings," or "Your mother may not have been perfect, but she did her best to take care of the family." By recognizing both the good and the bad in your relationship, you help your children understand that life is multifaceted and that people are capable of both strengths and weaknesses. This balanced perspective can impart valuable lessons about relationships, resilience, and forgiveness. Preserving the dignity and respect of both parents, regardless of the challenges faced, is crucial. It sets a positive example for your children and helps them develop a more nuanced understanding of relationships and personal growth. Emphasizing the positive aspects of your marriage not only fosters a healthier family dynamic but also contributes to your children's emotional well-being and their ability to navigate their relationships with empathy and understanding. Number 3. Comparisons between your children. Parents often strive to love their children equally, but the temptation to compare them can be overwhelming, especially when one child seems to shine brighter or face fewer obstacles than another. It's not uncommon to hear parents make statements like, "Thank goodness we have your brother. Otherwise, this family would be in ruins," or "If only your sister worked as hard as you, she wouldn't be struggling so much." While such remarks might be made in jest or out of a moment of frustration, they can have a profound and often damaging impact on family dynamics. When children are consistently compared to their siblings, they may develop deep-seated feelings of inadequacy, resentment, or bitterness. The child who is always measuring themselves against a sibling might start feeling that their efforts and achievements are undervalued. They might come to believe that they are never good enough in their parents' eyes, which can lead to long-lasting emotional wounds. This dynamic can strain their relationships not only with their parents but also with their siblings. On the flip side, a child who receives excessive praise in comparison to their siblings may struggle with guilt or the pressure of living up to high expectations. This can burden them with anxiety and stress, as they may feel compelled to perpetually maintain their status as the favored or successful child. As these dynamics continue over time, they can erode family unity. Siblings may begin to harbor resentment towards each other, while parents might be viewed as unfair or biased. Such an environment fosters a sense of division rather than togetherness. It's crucial to remember that each child is a unique individual with their own set of strengths, weaknesses, and life journeys. Success is not a one-size-fits-all concept, and what might work wonders for one child may not suit another. Instead of drawing comparisons, parents should focus on recognizing and celebrating each child's achievements and supporting them in their personal growth. If a child is struggling, offer them guidance and encouragement in a way that uplifts rather than undermines their self-worth. Avoid making them feel inferior to their siblings and instead work with them to overcome their challenges. Conversely, if another child is excelling, celebrate their success in a manner that acknowledges their accomplishments without making them feel as though they are the sole focus of parental pride or affection. By treating each child as an individual and appreciating their unique qualities, parents can foster a more loving and supportive family environment. It's also important to remember that life is inherently unpredictable and circumstances can change. A child who faces difficulties today may find their path to success tomorrow, just as a child who is thriving now may encounter challenges in the future. Maintaining an attitude of unconditional love and support helps children navigate the inevitable ups and downs of life with confidence and resilience, nurturing their ability to grow into well-adjusted and self-assured individuals. Number 4. Negative views on life. As we journey through life and age, it's only natural to reflect on the myriad of hardships and trials we have encountered. This reflection often leads to deeper introspection, and at times a tendency to express discontent or bitterness about the experiences we have lived through. However, the way we vocalize these sentiments can significantly impact those around us, particularly our children. Constantly expressing negative views about life, such as saying, "Life is nothing but suffering," or "The world is falling apart," and "There's no hope," can have profound repercussions on the younger generations who are still in the process of finding their footing in the world. Children and young adults frequently look to their parents for guidance and reassurance, even well into their adulthood. When they observe their parents consistently adopting a cynical or jaded outlook, it can deeply affect their perceptions and attitudes. They may begin to internalize this negativity, which can manifest in various detrimental ways, including a diminished sense of hope, increased pessimism, and a lack of motivation to strive for their goals. This pervasive sense of pessimism can stifle their ambition, creativity, and optimism. When children are exposed to a constant barrage of negativity, they may struggle to find inspiration or drive, leading to feelings of disillusionment or defeat. The world, with its challenges and adversities, can seem insurmountable and bleak when viewed through a lens of unrelenting negativity. Instead of nurturing a mindset that embraces potential growth and joy, they may become entrenched in a mindset that sees only obstacles and despair. On the contrary, maintaining a positive and hopeful outlook, despite life's difficulties, is crucial. Life, while undoubtedly presenting its share of trials, is also replete with opportunities for personal growth, joy, and fulfillment. By demonstrating resilience and optimism, you can provide your children with the tools they need to approach their challenges with confidence and hope. A positive attitude serves not only as a model for how to handle adversity, but also as a beacon that can guide them through their struggles. Your perspective on life profoundly shapes how your children view the world. If you constantly focus on the negative aspects, they may adopt a similar outlook, seeing the world as a grim place devoid of hope. However, if you approach life's challenges with determination and a hopeful spirit, you inspire them to do the same. Encouraging them to find the silver lining in difficult situations and to seek meaning and purpose in their experiences can help cultivate a more balanced and positive perspective. Creating an environment where hope and positivity are prevalent can greatly benefit your children. When they are surrounded by support and encouragement, they are more likely to feel empowered to pursue their dreams and face their challenges with resilience. Your approach to handling adversity and maintaining a hopeful outlook teaches them that while life is a journey filled with ups and downs, it is also an experience that can be deeply fulfilling and meaningful. By focusing on maintaining a hopeful attitude, you help foster a nurturing environment that supports your children's growth and development. This approach not only enhances their ability to navigate their life challenges, but also enriches their overall experience of life. Life, with all its complexities and unpredictabilities, can be approached with a sense of hope and purpose, making it a journey worth embracing with all its inherent opportunities for joy and fulfillment. So what have you learned from today's discussion? We've explored the delicate balance of sharing wisdom and maintaining harmony within our families as we age. Reflecting on the 4 key aspects we covered can help you navigate these personal insights with care and compassion. We'd love to hear from you. Please comment below with one thing you've learned today and how you plan to bring it into practice in your own life. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more insightful content. Your feedback and support mean the world to us.